right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our transition training. It is July 23rd. I typically would do this like next week, but since SFR is coming up quickly, and then I am going on my family vacation to the beach the first week of August, I wanted to make sure that we got this in before August hit. Otherwise, we would be doing it a weekend and everybody would kind of feel like they were behind the eight ball. So we're going to talk about all things transition tonight. There's a lot to cover, but it's not anything super complicated. And all of the things that we're going to talk about are on Workstation. And as always, if you have questions or you need clarification or help or anything like that, we are here to answer questions either on the call or afterwards. That being said, if you are a first-time transitioner, don't let this overwhelm you. There is a lot to cover, but trust me when I say it's, like I said, it's not complicated. It's just there's a lot to go over in terms of what's available to consultants, when things are available to customers, and all of that jazz, especially with like the new consultant or the new season sales kits and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to go through it all. If you have questions, let us know. I am going to open up the chat here. I don't know why it's not. There we go. Okay, so I have the chat open. If you have questions as we're going through here, go ahead and feel free to put them in the chat. I know that Jamie is here. I think she's packing, so I don't know if she's going to be able to answer questions right away, but I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. And then there's other consultants in here that have done. I mean, Tara's been through a handful of transitions, so she can look for questions in the chat too. So there will be people to answer. And if there's something that I need to go over in more depth, we can do that. But I want to make sure we get through everything. And then if we have time, we can circle back and go into more detail on things. So before we talk about transition, I wanted to talk about a couple things. First being the incentive. We have, I believe, 22 people now who have earned the incentive, which completely blows my mind. Not that I didn't think that we would have that many, but I love this incentive because it is achievable by so many people, and that it's not, it's more attainable. You don't have to do a whole bunch of different things to earn it. I like these kind of step-by-step ones that we do in the spring, summer. And I think that it gets everybody really, really pumped up, especially when they earn it, because it feels really good. So congratulations to everybody who has already earned it. If you haven't, you have a week left to go. I'll probably throw another check-in up tomorrow morning, just so that we can kind of see where those of you who haven't quite gotten there yet, where you are, how we can help you so that you can earn it. There's at least a dozen people in my report that have hit one criteria. My guess is that it's probably bars, because those are typically easier to sell, but it could be pods. But then I'm sure there's a handful of people who are close maybe on both of them. So we've got a week left, plenty of opportunity for you guys to hit it if you haven't already. So do not stop until the very last minute. SFR is this week. Jamie and I are, and Tara, I'm trying to see. Did I see Leah pop on too? Leah was on here. We are all going to be at SFR this week. And okay, so it's me, Jamie, Leah, Tara, Jillian, and Jennifer. We are all going to be at SFR this week. You guys, I'm so excited. SFR is like Christmas in July. It falls at the perfect time. I feel like the middle of the summer is just like, we're all kind of just feeling, no, I don't want to say blah, because I don't feel blah, but it's like that mid-year thing, right? And so we go to SFR and we get info on the new catalog, and we get to see stuff, and we get giveaways, and we get to hang out with friends that we don't get to see very often, and meet people that we've only seen on YouTube and Facebook and all of that stuff. And it's just such a good time. So we are all very excited. I set up a group for spoilers within the group page. So if you don't want to see spoilers, I recommend not joining that. But if you are okay seeing spoilers, we're going to do our darndest to keep them all in that group. But we will share updates and things like that in the regular group too, so that you guys can see what we're doing and how SFR works. And hopefully, I will say this is the largest group of people that I have going from my group. The most I've had in the past is 2. So I have 5 now, which is really exciting, and I'm pumped for everybody to, especially the ones who haven't been before, to get to experience it, because you really can't explain it until you've been there. And once they have experienced it, they will understand all of the hype, and it's such a good time. And hopefully we'll have an even bigger group going next year. We'll do like another Zoom after we get back. I mean, you guys could do it without me the first week of August if you want to, while I'm on vacation, but to kind of recap everything. So that's forthcoming. Anywho, okay, so let's talk about transition, okay? So transition, for those of you who are new to Scentsy since March and have not been through a transition before, transition month just means the very last month of the current catalog. It is the time when we transition from the current catalog into the next catalog. And in this case, we are going in from spring, summer into fall, winter, which is my favorite transition because fall is my favorite season. I'm in Michigan, so we have like the best fall ever. The weather's perfect. The colors are perfect. It's the best. And I really actually love September through New Year's, but I could do without like the bad weather for driving and stuff. But fall is my favorite, and I love the fall fragrances. And so I get really excited about transition into the fall winter catalog. So what does that mean exactly? There's lots of stuff. August is very busy. And by busy, I just mean there's a lot to remember, which is why I gave you guys that little to-do list. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a to-do list. It's just a list of things to kind of keep in the back of your mind or at the front of your mind so that you know what you need to be doing to finish the spring summer season strong, and also prepare yourself for fall winter season so that you can hit the ground running on September 1st. Okay. So I posted a screenshot of the articles from Workstation that go through everything transition. Now, I very easily could have just said, hey, you guys go read these, and I hope that you understand it all. But that's not how we do things. So I'm going to go over some of this stuff. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I literally did print them out because I want to make sure that I'm going from the same information that you could go and find on the Workstation yourself in those articles. Amanda, I am not ignoring your question. We're going to go back to it and we'll talk about some ideas after we get through the necessary stuff. We're going to go back and talk about that. So fall winter transition, business tools, and what's happening for spring and summer. Okay, so the first thing that we want to talk about is the last month of the catalog, the transition month. Almost the entire catalog is going to be 10% off. Okay. Cause product and licensed products are excluded from that. So those things will remain full price. Bars, licensed buddies, licensed warmers, all of those things will remain regular price. Everything else will be 10% off. Clearance items will remain whatever price they are as well. But all regular priced non-licensed things will go 10% off. Now, last year, I believe, it might have even been the last transition too, where they did the discontinued items at 20% off. We're not doing that this time. The reason that they did that last time is because we were still kind of at that end of like, where all of the things were coming in late from COVID and being delayed, and we had kind of like a surplus of things that we were trying to get rid of. So they deepened the discount so that we could move more of those products, but we're in a good place inventory wise that we don't need to do that. And that's actually a good thing. Some people get kind of disappointed, but honestly, you guys, the deeper discounts we offer to our customers, the less PRV we're getting. So the harder we have to work to make our money because the things are discounted, which means our PRV is discounted too. So 10% discount is always great. They're not doing the additional percentage off on the discontinued products like we've done in the past. So keep that in mind. Okay. I was going to say something else about that too, and I forgot. As far as discontinuing products, we will get a list. We will get a discontinued product list on August 1st. People have been begging for it early. But I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, if they give it to us 2 days early, then people will want it 5 days early. And if they give it to us 5 days early, people will want it 10 days early. And so, I mean, as much as I would love to be able to get all of my mailers out before I go on my vacation, the chances are slim because that discontinued list isn't going to come out until the first, but on the first, unless they decide to put it out earlier, but I wouldn't count on it, we will get the list of all of the discontinuing products. So there will be there will probably be something in every category. So warmers will go away. Sometimes diffusers will go away. We'll have fragrances go away. All of the new release spring and summer fragrances will go away at the end of the catalog. It's every year. That's how it works, because they kind of use their debut season as a test season to see what kind of a seller that fragrance is going to be. There's a chance that they could come back. Some of them could come back next spring. But when they're a new release, they only are in the catalog for that 6 months, and then they will go away, and then they could come back later, or they may not, or they could show up in a Bring Back My Bar. But it's important to know that, because you're going to want to start pushing Scentsy Club for people who have fallen in love with some of those new releases, because they will be going away, along with the other products, the other fragrances in wax bars that are going to go. We don't know what they are yet. And I will warn you, there's probably going to be a heartbreaker, at least one. I feel like every season there's one heartbreaker that just like comes out of left field, and we don't know what to do with ourselves, because we're like, this fragrance has been around since I joined and now it's gone. There's always one. I mean, I would love to think that there won't be, but just kind of prepare yourself. But the nice thing is that when it comes to those discontinuing fragrances, in wax form anyway, is we do have Scentsy Club. So we can continue to get those. If we add them to Scentsy Club orders, we can continue to get them even after they discontinue. Remember though, that is only applicable to wax. So it's always Get My Bar is the feature. So if somebody loves a certain fragrance that's going away and it's available in pods, they're going to want to stock up. If it's available in laundry and it's going away, they're going to want to stock up. And any other category except for wax. Okay. So it's very important that as soon as we get that list of items that are going away, you start doing a little bit of research and digging into past customer orders and reaching out to people personally who have ordered those things over the course of either this catalog, if it's something that's new, or just since you've started. Because you're really going to want to reach out to them personally, because you don't want people to be heartbroken. And we can solve that problem for the most part. Like I said, at least with wax, we can solve that problem with Scentsy Club. But it does take work on our end. You can't just take that discontinued list and post it in your VIP group, or post it on Facebook, or post it on Instagram, and then assume that people are going to go look at it and that they're going to know that they can stock up on wax or pods, or that they can put things into Scentsy Club. That's not how it works. You're going to want to take that list, and you're going to want to look at every single customer that's ordered, or every single product, however you want to do it, and let them know. And let them know how you can help them, whether that means helping them by doing a last chance first glance party and getting some of their stuff for discounted, or if they have wax that they want to add, they can put it in Scentsy Club. They could do a Scentsy Club order in August and get other products as well. They will drop off of their Scentsy Club if they discontinue, but they could put a Scentsy Club order in for any of those discontinuing products, as long as they're consumables. So there's a lot of ways that we can help people during transition time. Okay. Tara says you have to reach out, because they will come to you after they've been retired and heartbroken and it's gone, and you didn't tell them. And she's exactly right. We've seen it happen. We saw it happen last month with Bring Back My Bar, right? Even when we do reach out to them and tell them that it's going away, you're always going to have people that come back to you 3 days after, or 3 months after, and say, oh, hey, what happened to XYZ? It's not available on your website anymore. And you're like, nope, it went away. We always have to remember that, like, we might be thinking about Scentsy 24/7, but our customers aren't thinking about Scentsy 24/7. And our customers, even if they look at that list when if you post it on social media, even if they look at it and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to get raspberry hibiscus tea. It's my favorite new fragrance. I have to put it in club. I'm going to do that. You guys, they're not going to remember. They're not, unless they do it right then. I mean, I know that my brain is like fried, but most people's brains are fried. And so it's up to us to make sure that we're keeping that at the forefront of their mind as much as we possibly can. and they will be grateful for you doing that. Unless they flat out say, like, stop telling me, I don't care, keep telling them, because they really do appreciate it. You guys, I've heard it more times than I can count, is that people are like, oh my gosh, I was going to do it and I got distracted and whatever. And so it's our job to do that. And so we need to make sure we're doing it. Don't be afraid of bugging people. Don't be afraid of messaging people too much. Like I said, if they don't want to hear from you, they will tell you. And leaving you on red isn't necessarily them telling you that they don't want to hear from you. Leaving you on red is life, honestly. Do you know how many times I leave people on red and I don't even realize it because I'm reading it as I'm getting kids out of the car or in the car, or I'm at the hockey rink and then I have to drive home, and it's like, it's not always, oh, I read your message and I didn't reply because I don't want to reply. It's more likely than not, they just forgot. Okay. Yes, Tara makes another good point. Just posting it won't guarantee it reaches everyone that needs to see it. So true, because Facebook is a dang jerk sometimes. And it's amazing that sometimes my posts will see, like, I have, I think, like 350-ish people in my VIP group. And sometimes I'll get a reach of like 280 people. And then the very next post, it's like 7. I'm like, why? I don't understand, So you can't assume that just posting it that everybody's going to see it and then take action on it. Okay. So the personal reach outs, and we say this all the time, and it's a hill that I will die on. You have got to reach out to people personally. You cannot post and pray. You cannot wait for them to come to you. You have to go to them. There's no getting around it. And if you can't do that, then you're not going to have success, because you cannot wait for people to come to you. Okay. All right. So products that will be discontinued, products that will be discontinuing will come out on August 1st, along with everything that will be 10% off. Okay. There's other things that we're going to be able to access on, did I say December? I don't even know what I said. I feel like I just said December 1st. I meant August. Anyway, so other things that we're going to have access to in terms of business tools. We will be able to start ordering fall winter business supplies on August 1st. Okay. That is going to include catalogs, testers, stickers, everybody's favorite, new season sales kits, basically all of the print materials and sample materials or sample product for fall winter will be available to consultants on August 1st. Okay. My big in flashing lights caveat to having access to this stuff on August 1st, I think I might have just said October. My brain does not work anymore. August. If I say any month except for August or September, just fix it, please. My big caveat at having those things at your fingertips is do not share them on August 1st. We have an entire month of August. We have an entire month of the spring and summer catalog left. We have an entire month's worth of PRV. We're probably going to have LTOs. I would assume we always do. I have no idea what they are going to be, but we're probably going to have LTOs. We're probably going to have other things that are going to come up. Do not kill August being so excited about September. Trust me, September is like my favorite month in the whole world. It's my birthday month and it's great, but we have to stay and work the month that we're in. So yes, get your business tools in August. And yes, start using those business tools to get hostesses and entice people to get ready to order in September, or do last chance first glance parties in August. Use those tools to your advantage, but don't just start handing out catalogs, because people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I love this brand new catalog. I'm just going to wait till September and then I'll order. And then guess what? That's one person who's not going to order in July. And it might be enough that they would say, well, I don't really care if my summer scent's going away because this fall scent sounds amazing. I'm going to wait for that. Okay. So it's very, very important not to share it too early. Like I said, you can use it as an incentive. You can say, if you host a last chance first glance party, every order that we get, I will do a sneak peek. Or if you hit $500 in orders, everybody who ordered in your party will get a brand new catalog early. You can do those kinds of things, but don't just be plastering it all over everywhere. You will kill the sales for the month of August. Okay. So, business tools, like I said, are going to be available on August 1st. They have, again, the Transition Tools Business Kit, which I love this because I now don't have to go through and say, this is what I think you should order when it becomes available. Because the only thing that I think that you should order when it becomes available is the Transition Business Tools Kit, because it's going to give you everything that you need to start your new season off with the basics that you need. Okay. The Transition Business Tools Kit is going to come with a 20 pack of catalogs, a 50, well, three, okay, hold on. 3 pads of 50 product lists. Okay. That's the big long ones with just like the pictures of everything on both sides. The new release sticker bundle, which, what was it, Tara, like 2 years ago when people, like, those things were selling out at like 12:03 a.m. It was ridiculous. Transition tester set. So you'd get the transition tester set, which I'll explain the difference between transition and full set in just a minute. And I know you get oh my gosh, I lost my page. Product training guide. Hold on. Is there something else? Please hold. I lost my second piece of paper. Okay. Well, is that it? Okay. Well, I think you get a new season sales pitch or oh my God, you guys, what's it called? Product training guide. I think you get a product training guide in there too. But I lost the second piece of paper to my list. But the essentials that you need are catalogs, product lists. You don't even really need catalogs. Product lists will do the job. But for my VIPs and the people who order a lot, my Scentsy Clubbers, I give them catalogs because they are the ones that are continuously bringing in PRV for me with their club orders or their referrals and things like that. So those people get the full catalog. Everybody else gets a product list. It's enough to show them what we have, but it's not going to cost you $3 or $4 to mail. You can fold it up and mail it with one stamp. So it's very easy to put out more in mass quantities. Okay. So catalogs, product lists, new release sticker bundle, fragrance tester set. And Krista says that the product training guide does not come in that. It's $2. You can also download a copy off of the workstation if you don't want to pay for it. But I will say I advocate for this thing every single catalog season. Oh, Tara said it is in there. Okay. I don't know. It either is or it isn't. But even if it isn't, you guys, it's worth the $2, especially if you're a new consultant. Okay. So it does come in the business tools kit. This is an invaluable resource. I still use it. You guys, I've been doing Scentsy 7.5 years. I still use this. If you are a new consultant, this is something that you should have with you, honestly, all the time, because you never know when you're going to run into somebody that wants to talk about Scentsy. And this will tell you everything you need to know about our products. It tells you how they work. It talks about the finishes. It talks about the bulbs. It talks about accessories. It tells you how the diffusers work. And it talks about sales tips for every product that we have. It tells you what kind of things to focus on when you're talking about a whiff box. It teaches you about oils, all of the things. Like, this has everything in it, and it's like 20 pages. Okay. I highly, highly, highly recommend you grab one of these or download it and use it. They update it every season, so you do need to either download or purchase a new one every season, because it will have updated things in it. Yes, great wording for posts too. I mean, it's really awesome. It's really, really awesome. So it does come in the business, what's it called? Transition Tools Business Kit. They don't have the pricing on there, but I want to say it was about $70 last time, somewhere around there. I don't know if they've released pricing or not, but it's going to give you everything that you need. It's foolproof. Everything is there. You don't have to worry about saying, okay, did I grab catalogs? Did I grab this? Did I grab that? Just go in, type in Transition Tools Business Kit. It's going to pop up. You put it in your cart, you check out, you're done. Okay. It's going to give you everything that you need. Now, I mentioned it comes with the transition tester set. So we have 2 tester sets available to us. We have a full tester set and a transition tester set. Your full set is going to give you every fragrance that's going to be in the fall catalog. Okay. There's going to be probably like 95 or whatever. You're going to get 95 testers or however many it is. The transition set is going to give you the new releases and then any fragrance that's returning from the last fall catalog that isn't currently in the catalog. Okay, so things like Luna are not going to be in there because that we already have. So you're going to want to take your current tester set. If you want to make a full set, take your current tester set, buy the transition set, and then combine what's not in the transition set into the transition set to make a full set. Okay. But what's going to happen is if you're like, well, I think I need the full set, you're going to end up with 80 bazillion testers in bags everywhere in your house. And you don't need to do that. Me too. I mean, I've given them away. I've all of the things. But transition set, if you have a full set of testers in your possession, why is it asking me if I'm playing music? Oh my God. Anyway, if you have a full set of testers, which everybody gets in their starter kit. So if you got, I think, do host kits get full tester sets? I think they do. Pretty sure everybody who joins Scentsy gets a full set of testers. But if you have a full set of testers in your possession right now, you do not need another one. All you need is a transition set from here on out. Unless you lose them or you want another full set or something like that, you can always, they're always available at the consultant store, but you don't need to spend money on the full set if you already have one. Okay, because you can just keep rolling over those ones that are not in the transition set every time. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because a lot of times people will go in the consultant store and they'll buy the full set, and then like I said, they end up with a bunch of duplicates. They do. Tara, thank you so much. Okay, so we talked about this. There it is, product training guide. Found the sheet I was looking for. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Okay, so then in addition to the business tools, the print materials, the marketing materials that we're going to have access to, we're also going to have access to new season sales kits. Now, they started doing these a couple of years ago. I love them. I'll be honest, I don't buy all of them. Do I need them kind of comes down to how you work your business. I don't buy, well, let me talk about what they are first, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on what you might want to get. Okay. So the home new season sales kit is warmers. Okay. So I'm not going to read them off, but there's 5 warmers in it. 3 minis and 2 full size. The kit is $185. You do get 185 PRV on it. So it is a nice PRV earning kit. But it's warmers. So remember, it's going to be the highest price because you're paying retail for the warmers that are in there. Okay. There's no discount or anything. It's retail added up. That's how much you're paying. Okay. The Scent New Season Sales Kit is going to give you 1 bar of each of the 10 new fragrances that are coming in the catalog. Again, retail pricing, the kit's $60. That one I do always get. We'll also have a laundry new season sales kit, which is going to give you laundry liquid, washer whips, and dryer discs, $35 for that. A clean new season sales kit, which is going to give you an all-purpose cleaner, bathroom cleaner, counter clean. It's $38, 38 PRV. And then a body new season sales kit, which will give you body cream, body wash, hand cream, hand soap. It's $40, 40 PRV. Okay. So the new season sales kits, everything is brand new, right? So it's either new product, warmers and new wax fragrances, or it's existing product in a new fragrance that we haven't had before. So you've got your warmer kit, you have your scent kit, your laundry kit is going to be obviously existing laundry products in a new fragrance. So it's going to be White Amber Antique for the fall winter. Your cleaning kit is going to be Scarlet Sunflower, which I think is going to be a huge seller. And then your body kit is going to be Glacier Water. So what do I recommend you get? I recommend you don't get anything that you can't afford. I'll start out saying that. You don't need any of this stuff ahead of time. Okay. I typically will get the scent kit because I like to bulk sample. So I like to get all of my wax samples for the entire season done at the beginning of the season. So I buy the kit, I make all my samples, and then I have everything set aside, ready to go for the entire 6 months that the catalog is around for. Okay. Sometimes I will do the laundry or the clean kit as well. I don't do the body because we're not supposed to be making body samples ourselves. We do sell body samples in the consultant store that are prepackaged. And I usually will order some of those that I can use when I do put those kind of samples out, but we're not supposed to make those samples ourselves. So I don't spend the money on that kit. Laundry and clean, we can make samples of. So sometimes I'll make washer whiff samples or counter clean samples or things like that. But again, those are also available in the consultant store if you want to purchase the pre-made samples, because remember, you can purchase the product and make your own samples, but if you don't have the time to make the samples, or that's not a priority for you, you're not going to do it, which means those samples are never going to leave your home. So if it's easier for you to just buy the prepackaged stuff because you can just grab it and throw it in a bag or throw it in a mailer or whatever, then go that route. Don't spend the money on the stuff if you're not going to make samples out of it. Okay. But like I said, all of these kits are also retail pricing. Okay. So if you are not in a position to spend the full $60 on 10 bars of wax, then wait until September 1st and utilize host rewards and get them for free or half price. Okay. You don't have to have them early. Yes, it's nice to have them early. That's why they do it for us. That's why they give them to us early, is so that we can prep ourselves. But I think we all realize that, you know, we're all at different points in our journey, and you may not be at a position yet where you can fork over $60 for some wax bars, right? But if you have a party open and you can close out your party and you can get that $60 worth of wax bars for like $22, you know, let's do that instead, so that we're not spending our own money buying things for samples. Okay. Be smart about it. Orville Thompson always says, use Scentsy money on family, not family money on Scentsy. Okay. So don't ever put yourself into a position where you're putting yourself in debt to buy product to sell, because that's not how this is supposed to work. And if you feel like you're doing that, then we need to chat, because we need to figure out what's going on and why we're doing that, because it's not a good business plan. Okay. So like I said, these are all really nice to have ahead of time, but if you are not in a position to spend that money, do not spend that money. Wait until they're available and you can use host rewards and you spend less money. Okay. That's the smartest decision. All right. So they will be available on August 1st, and they'll stop being available on September 1st. You won't be able to buy the kits anymore after they become available in the catalog, but the product itself, obviously, you'll still be able to get. Okay. All right. So we talked about 10% off. Oh, excluded items from 10% off. I realize I'm bouncing around, you guys. I apologize. I said that licensed items and cause products are excluded from 10% off. Clearance items will remain their regular price. Whiff box is not discounted. And perfect Scentsy systems. So the perfect Scentsy systems are the bundle and save that have 2 warmers. So if the bundle has 2 warmers in it, it's not going to be 10% off. Just like it's not eligible for hostess rewards. Basically, anytime you're wondering if something is on sale, it's all or nothing. It's either it is available for hostess rewards, which would mean it's also on sale, or it's not. Okay, so it's clearance items, cause products, licensed products, whiff box, perfect Scentsy systems. Those are the things that are not available at 10% off in August. Okay, Susie's asking, how do I store my samples? So I have a big, I'm not going to show it to you because it's a disaster right now, but I have a whole bunch of those like IKEA cabinets with the drawers and everything. But I will bag up my wax samples. I do felt samples all year long. I do a very small amount of like little wax. They're almost like they look like gems. It was like one of the very first molds I bought, but I'll usually do all of my felt samples for a fragrance. And then whatever I have left, I'll do a regular wax sample, but they're very small. But I will bag them up, label them, and then they go in Ziploc bags. And I have all 10 fragrances ready to go at any time. And when I do my mailers every month, I do a scent of the month felt sample, and then I choose one of the other new releases. And then if we have like an LTO or something, I might throw that in there too. So they get stored in my cabinet in Ziploc bags for the entire season. Counter clean samples I do in like the little plastic spray bottles, and I put those in like the Mylar smell proof bags usually, which let's see if I have one handy. They're like these, not this size, but they're a little bit bigger, but like the little Mylar zipper bags. So I'll do like the little, I don't even know what it is, like a 1 ounce little tiny little sprayer thing. So I do that for counter clean. We don't have dish soap anymore. I used to do dish soap on little sponges. Washer whiffs, honestly, I don't really make a lot of washer whiff samples anymore. It's just easier just to buy them from the store. I was doing those in plastic, but if you leave them in there too long, it'll start to deteriorate the plastic. And so it's just easier to use the prepackaged ones. Plus I like, if I do laundry samples, I'll typically do like the whole set. So I'll do a laundry liquid, a washer whiff, and like one dryer disc. And so I kind of bundle those all together and put them in a larger one of these too. I think that's about it that I make for samples. But yeah, I just do everything in little, whatever small container. And then I just use, I use the little drug bags for the actual sample. And then I put them in just like a Ziploc sandwich bag to store them. And there is a little bit of scent transfer, but what I always tell my customers when they get samples is, because I always send more than one in a VIP mailer or a thank you mailer. And so there's going to be a little bit of scent transfer in there, especially if you've got 2 strong fragrances or maybe just 1 strong fragrance that kind of overpowers. And I always tell people, like, take your samples out of the envelope and let them sit and then go smell them independently. Because when you open up the package, it's going to smell like whatever's in there. But if you let them sit and you separate them and kind of let whatever has, mixture has happened while it's been going through the postal service, you'll be able to get a true fragrance from one or the other. Okay. All right. So how much time do I have? Okay, I have 20 minutes. Let's talk about starter kit.
Hey, Kim.
Yes.
Here's the little spray things for your counter cleaner.
I can't see you.
Oh, I gotta turn my
Because I can hear you really great. We can't see you. I'm trying to.
There you go.
Hang on one sec. I want to spotlight you so people can see. Yeah, so that's the kind of little container that I use for counter clean. I don't know exactly what the size is. I can look.
I think this is a 2 milliliter.
2 milliliter. That sounds about right. Yeah, and we can probably make I think I started one a long time ago, an album or a post of links for people. But since we've got so many newbies that are going through their first transition or just starting to do samples, maybe I'll start another post where we can link some of the things that we use so that they can get the right sizing on them.
I got these on Temu.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
Yeah. Temu's got a lot. These little baggies I got from Temu.
Yep.
They have a lot of the things that we use.
Yeah.
Little bit longer transit time in terms of getting it delivered, but good pricing for sure. Yes. And I found the quality to be acceptable.
These are like exactly the same as what I ordered on Amazon, and I think I got 30 for like $5.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
A lot cheaper. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Okay. So, all right. So, I'm going to make a note. Sample. I'm not going to know what this means later, but somebody will remind me. So I'll make a post, and that we can kind of, those of us who have done samples for a while, we can kind of throw in there our links so that those of you who are newer can kind of see what specifically we're using. Because if you're going out there, again, if you're going out and you're buying a lot of things and they're not working, then it's another waste of money. And we don't want people wasting money on anything. I typically, if I buy something and I'm like, oh, this didn't work for what I wanted it to work for, I try to find another use for it. And if I don't, my daughters will make something out of it. But we'll put that up so that you guys can see what exactly we're using. Okay, so starter kits in the month of August are also labeled transition starter kits. So if you have a new consultant join in the month of August, they will get what is called an enhanced starter kit. What that means is that they basically get almost a double kit, because since they're starting in the month of August, we're still in that spring and summer catalog, but we're transitioning over to fall winter. And so it would be kind of sucky if somebody joined like in the middle of July and they're like, cool, all the stuff we just gave you is going to be obsolete in 2 weeks. You're going to have to go buy new stuff, right? That would be like so not cool. So Scentsy gives them both. Okay. So in the transition starter kits, they're going to get a spring and summer 2023 transition tester set and catalogs. And then they're also going to get a fall winter full tester set. So that spring summer transition set will get them through the end of the month. And then they'll have a full set that will have every fragrance in it that's in the fall winter catalog, as well as catalogs. Okay. So they're going to be set and ready to go for September. So if you have a new consultant that starts in August, you want to get them up and running as quickly as possible. Obviously, you're not going to be like, okay, just hang out till September 1st when our new catalog starts, and then we're going to rock and roll. Absolutely not. The day that they start, you want them to start working. And so you're going to utilize that spring and summer stuff, and then they're going to start working on fall winter. Okay. So it's a really great kit because you do get extra goodies and it's the same price. The prices don't increase. Okay. Starting September 1st, kits will have exclusively the fall winter stuff in it because spring and summer will be over. Okay. And then product updates in the fall winter catalog. So we have a couple things that are changing in the new catalog. First is the fragrance flower packaging, which I know I posted about a couple weeks ago. I think it was after the Stitch and Angel flowers came out, because those were being packaged that way. So right now we get fragrance flowers in one box. I don't have one handy, but you know what it looks like, right? One rectangular box. It's got the jar of oil and it's got the little box with the flower inside of it, all packaged together. They're going to start being packaged separately, like the Stitch and Angel ones were if you got those. Okay, so you're going to get one box that has your oil, one box that has your flower. This is how I got this. I don't know if you guys can see like how mangled it is. Thank God I had another one for my customer. But that's how they're going to be packaged going forward. So make sure that when you get the product, you give your customer both of the boxes, because they can't use it without both of the boxes. Okay. Now, for a while, you might still be getting the single box until they exhaust all of the inventory that we have. And Amanda's cat just freaked me out. Oh my God. It reminded me of that thing where the guy put like the cat filter on. He was like a lawyer or whatever, and he put the cat filter on. I just looked up and saw a cat. Holy cow. Okay. Anyway, so people may be getting the original one box packaging for a little while. But then if they start getting 2 boxes, or if you start getting 2 boxes and you're delivering it to them, just let them know that that's how it's coming. And the reason that they're doing that, which I think they put in the news article if you read it, is that so that they can be, it's easier to kind of mix and match. Like you might have had a fragrance flower in a certain fragrance that was out of stock in one of the designs. So they might have wanted like a Luna Darling Dahlia, and Darling Dahlia flowers were out, but they couldn't give you a different one because it was already packaged elsewhere, right? So this is going to allow them to be able to pull from 2 different things and get basically exactly what you need. So that's one change. Second change is on light bulbs. And I know we had some questions on light bulbs, and so I want to clarify the changes coming to light bulbs. So starting in the fall catalog, light bulbs will only be offered in the 3-packs. So right now they are singles for $2 or a 3-pack for $5. Starting in the fall, they will only be available as a 3-pack for $5, which I try to never sell a single bulb anyways. So I'm totally fine with that. And honestly, even if somebody does say to me, I need a replacement bulb. I'm like, why don't we just get you a 3-pack for $5? It'll save you a little bit of money and you're going to have extras on hand. And they're always like, sure. So this is not going to be an issue. The 40-watt Edison bulb, the ones that are $6, those are going to continue to come individually. So the Edison bulb will continue to come single. Everything else will be in a 3-pack, clear bulbs and colored bulbs, 3 packs only. Okay. Now you can still divvy those up and sell them individually. If you, I mean, I stock up on bulbs a lot with Hostess rewards so that I have them for locals when
Kim's texting me. She's working on it. She doesn't know what happened, but her computer went black. So give her a second. She'll be right back. Anyone have any questions they need answered while we wait for Kim to come back?
hey, I'm back. Can you guys see me? Okay,
Yep, you're
Amanda,
back.
I don't know what happened. Like my computer was still on and the whole screen went black. and it was very bizarre. Okay, I need a new computer. Anyways, I was talking about light bulbs. I try not to sell single light bulbs anyway. Oh, I was saying that you guys can still sell a single light bulb. You just can't purchase them singly from your website anymore or workstation. So if somebody calls you and they're like, I need a single light bulb, I mean, I always try to upsell them to a 3-pack anyways, but if they don't want to, you can still sell them a single bulb. Okay. And then there is going to be a price increase on the Scentsy Go, but I didn't print the other article that talks about it, and I don't think they've said what the price was going to be yet. Does anybody know? I'm looking at the chat. So more information forthcoming, I guess, but there's going to be an increase in Scentsy Go. I don't sell a lot of Scentsy Go's anymore. Host kits will be enhanced as well. I'm assuming somebody asked because I can't see anything above your reply. Everything's gone. I don't know where it all went. Okay, and then, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the one that talks about helping your customers make a smooth transition into the new season. So this is where we kind of talk about Scentsy Club, reaching out, which I know we touched on this, reaching out to customers who have products that they've ordered that are going away. I stressed the importance of it at the beginning of the call, and I'm going to stress it again. You have got to reach out to these people. They will love you for doing it. I cannot tell you how many times I will message somebody about something, whether it's a bring back my bar or an LTO that's going away or whatever. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for letting me know. Even if they don't order. And if they say no, it's okay, right? They might say, no, I'm good. I like it, but I'm going to wait for something in the fall to come out, or I like that warmer, but I just don't want to spend the money right now. Okay, but they're still going to appreciate that you reached out to them. Okay, so please, please, please don't worry about bothering people. Don't assume that because they haven't reached out to you, they don't need anything. We are not allowed to determine what people spend their money on. And that's one of the things that I have to remind myself of, especially like when we had the castle warmer come out. Like, I have a lot of Disney people. I'm a Disney person myself, full-fledged Disney adult. Okay, I have a lot of people that love Disney. That warmer was expensive, and I was a little bit nervous about reaching out to some people and saying, yep, the warmer is like $125. But you know what? They didn't care, especially when they were able to pre-order it and not have to spend the $125 all at once. But it's not up to me to decide what's too expensive for somebody else. Okay, so keep that in mind anytime, whether it's a $125 castle warmer or a $50 warmer of the month or a $50 licensed buddy. There's things that I wouldn't spend the amount of money that we charge for them on for myself. Like, I would not spend $50 for a Harry Potter warmer. I know, don't kill me, okay? $80, however much it was, $85, $75, whatever it was, because I don't Harry Potter. But I know that the Harry Potter people are going to spend that money on it. You know, we don't care. When you find something that you love, I mean, yes, there are times where it's just not feasible, but it's not up to you to decide what I want to spend my money on. And it's not up to me to tell you or determine or assume what you're going to consider to be too expensive. Okay. So just please, please, please keep that in mind, because I think it's something that holds a lot of us back. And I hear it a lot. When I ask in the group, I'll be like, do you have any pre-orders for the Cinderella Castle? Or do you have any pre-orders for this? And people say, though, that's too expensive for my people. But you haven't asked them. You're making an assumption and you don't know if it's too expensive. Now, if you say, do you want to buy this warmer? And they say, no, that's too rich for my blood. Okay. But guess what? You still thought of them because you knew that it was something that they would like, right? So it's important to remember that. And I get in my own head with that kind of stuff a lot too, but you just have to, especially when we have like LTOs that are launching close together. And you're like, oh, this person just bought an $85 warmer. And now I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, do you like this one too? I know I just asked you about that one, but do you want this one too? Because sometimes people say yes, sometimes people say no. But the answer is always no if we don't ask. Okay. So reaching out to people about Scentsy Club, reminding them about the perks of Scentsy Club, half price with boxes, loyalty points, double referral points. If they get someone else to sign up for Scentsy Club, they're going to get double points. That's dollars off their own orders. Remind them about that stuff. Remind them that almost everything is going to be 10% off in August. Like, you have to be putting these things in front of people's faces. And then, like I said, utilize those marketing tools that we are going to get in August as an incentive for people to do whatever it is that you want them to do. If you want them to place an order, tell them that if they place a $50 order, you'll throw a catalog in the mail for them when you send their thank you. Or if you want them to host a party, tell them that if they host a party and their party reaches $200, everybody will get a catalog, or whatever you want to do. Use those things to your advantage. Just don't divulge everything on August 1st. Okay. Yes, Amanda, absolutely. How many emails do we get from like Target and whoever? I mean, I get so many, it's ridiculous. And yeah, some of them I ignore, but some of them I don't. And they don't care. They don't care if they're emailing you 6 times a day, and we're not doing that. Right? So it's important to not worry about bothering people. And it's something that it does take time, because I'm a major introvert. I'm a Enneagram 9. I do not like confrontation. I'm a people pleaser. Like, I don't want people to tell me no. It's hard. I don't like it at all. It doesn't feel good, but I have to remember that's not personal, right? This is my job. And so, the better relationship I have with those people, the less it hurts when they tell me no. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so that's it as far as transition goes. I went through everything that I had notes on, I think. Let me just look at my other sheet really quick. One other thing to keep in mind and I wrote this down, I'm looking at notes from previous transition, but keep in mind that products that are going to be discontinuing, if they go out of stock during August, they will not be restocked. So it is important for us to remind people that these fragrances or these products are going away, but they are while supplies last during August. So if there's a warmer that shows up on the discontinued list and you've got somebody who's like, I don't really know if I want it, or I'm going to wait till the end of the month, make sure that they know that it could sell out before then, and they're not going to restock it. And that's the same thing with fragrances, room sprays, pods, all of those things. So there is a sense of urgency there, because they're not going to restock something when it's going away anyways. Okay. So just keep that in mind too. So I know that, I think it was Amanda who asked at the beginning, and I don't have the chat because whatever happened to my computer, she has like 25, 26 bars left that she needs to get for the incentive. And so I know that, I think it might've been Amanda that asked if she had any open parties. My recommendation, and I'm open, like if other people have ideas that they want to share in the chat, please put them in the chat, because I'm just going to throw out a couple things that have been working for me when I was trying to earn, and when I'm always trying to sell. So I'm always, regardless of whether I've hit the incentive or not, I'm always trying to find something that's going to work for my customers. Those discounted bar bundles that are in clearance right now have been going well. The big thing with those is, I think, pictures, like real life pictures. And this is for anytime we're posting about anything, but especially when they might be fragrances that people aren't familiar with, because some of those are discontinued for a lot of them, maybe all of them, I don't know, are discontinued fragrances. And so it's one thing for us to put the fragrances up there or the picture with like the bar outlines, but that's not exciting to people. So make sure that you're sharing like a real life picture. And those pictures that we share, that we see like with the stacks of bars, you don't have to have the exact bars that are in the bundle. Just put in some bright colored bars for the fruity bundle or whatever's left. I don't even know which ones are left. But the big thing with those is that you want to be making sure that you are pushing the value that they're getting, because they're getting 10 bars for $35. That's $3.50 a bar. Regular bars are $6. Even if you're buying them in a 6-pack, you're still saving at least $1 per bar when you're buying these clearance bundles. Push those, reach out personally, go through your last 20 orders, 30 orders, 50 orders, whatever it is. Find people that ordered fruity fragrances and reach out to them and say, hey, do you need to stock up before the end of the summer? Because we have this great summer bundle. I hope the fruity one is still available, since that's the one I'm focusing on. Or whichever ones are still available. Go find the people who have ordered those types of fragrances in the past and reach out to them personally. You can do the same thing with any pre-built 6-pack. It doesn't have to be the discontinued ones. It can be anything from the catalog. If you're in the Make Sense Flyers group, they always have a ton of like pre-made 6-packs that people will come up with. So you'll have like a fruity bundle or a pineapple bundle, or we can't say a Barbie bundle because we're not allowed to mix IP, but you could make a pink bundle and people will get it, right? Like they know what you're doing. Like you can't say Barbie, you can't use the Barbie logo, but you can say like, who's been dressing up in pink all weekend? They're going to know what you're talking about. And then throw a 6-pack of pink bars and say, who wants the pink bars or whatever it is. Also, what I have found sometimes is that maybe people, I know that our 6-packs are the best deal, but maybe sometimes people just don't have $30 or they don't need 6 bars right now. So I will reach out with 3-pack ideas, and no, it's not the best deal for them, but it might be all that they can afford right now. They might only be able to do a $17 bundle. So find some of those bundles, make up your own. Take a picture of 3 of your favorite bars and say, this is my favorite trio right now. Can I get you a trio that you can try out what I'm trying? People always want what other people like, right? That's what all of this influencing and social media stuff is about, right? We're sharing what we like. And so if you say, I love A, B, and C bars right now, this is what I've been warming for the last 2 weeks, you have got to try it. Somebody's more than likely to, more apt to say, oh, give me one of those because I know that I like what you like and I want to try those too. Okay. Or the 2-pack bundles, or what was the one that I just posted the other day? It was like a s'mores bundle. And it was, I don't even remember what the fragrances were, but it was like 3 bars and a cotton cleanup in there. And it looked like a s'more. That kind of stuff. There was strawberry lemonade. I think, Robin, was a 2-pack where like a sugared strawberry and a lemon sorbet or squeeze a day or whatever it was. Put those together. There's tons and tons of ideas. And like I said, you don't have to go big with a 6-pack all the time, but kind of thinking outside of the box will help because it'll put these things in people's minds. But what it comes down to, you guys, whether you're still trying to sell pods or bars, it doesn't matter. Reaching out to people personally is going to give you 100% more return on investment than you're going to get by just posting. So if you're making posts in your VIP groups or your business pages or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and you're saying, oh my gosh, look at this cute little s'more bundle, can I get you one? And you have crickets, it doesn't necessarily mean that nobody's interested. People might not be seeing it. Depends on when you post it, what time of day. If it's the weekend, I feel like the weekend in the summertime, people really aren't on social media during the day. They're out on their boats and they're camping and they're doing all of these things. But if they pick up their phone and they have a message from you going, oh my gosh, I know you're camping. You're probably making s'mores. Check out the s'more bundle, right? They may grab one because it's in a text and you're right. They're making s'mores and how cool is that, right? So it's all about that personal communication with people. It really is what it comes down to. It amazes me sometimes when I make a post about whether it's a mystery bag or a bundle of some kind or whatever, and I'll get like one person that comments, and then I send the same exact message out via text or a private message in Facebook, and I get like 12 people that will reply. And it literally just comes down to that personal communication with people. So try some of those things. Try some of those bundle options. Reach out personally to people who have ordered in the past, like I would say 1 to 2 months ago. See if they're ready for a refill. Ask them what their favorite fragrance that they currently are warming is, or their favorite fragrance from their last order. Do they want more of it? That kind of thing. They say that it takes like 7 reach outs for people to like respond. I don't remember exactly what the thing is, but it's important to remember that just because you ask somebody one time today doesn't mean that they're not going to order something in a week or a month. And I realize that for this incentive, we do have a time, we have a deadline on this, but keep reaching out to people. The more people that you talk to about it, the more chances you have to sell those. And you know what? Let people know what you need. Share your goal with people. I am very particular about when I do this because I do find that sometimes if we're doing it too much, it turns our arrows in and it makes people feel like, well, it's all about her, right? She doesn't care what kind of scents I want. She just wants me to buy bars so that she can earn this incentive, right? If we're doing it all the time, it feels like that. But if you are doing it every once in a while, like today, this is not Scentsy related, but my son had to sell 100 raffle tickets for hockey and he had like 12 left. And I was like, you guys, he's 12 away from his goal. And I had all 12 of them sold in 30 minutes or less because people wanted to help him meet his goal. So it's okay for you to go to people and make a post in your group and say, hey, I have this huge goal, this huge incentive. We have to sell 100 bars and I'm 26 away. What can I help you put together? Can I help you put together a 6-pack or a 3-pack? Or here's some ideas, that kind of thing. People want to see you succeed. And so it is okay to share your goals with people as long as you're not turning it around all the time and being like, help me meet my goal this month. Help me meet my goal this month. Help me meet my goal this month. Right? Because if you do it and then you start doing your job properly and you're giving good customer service and you're doing good follow-up, they're not going to have to help you meet your goals because you're going to be meeting them already. Right? But we have to get to that point. But it is absolutely 100% okay for you to share something like that on occasion. Like I said, you're not going to want to do it every month and be like, help me hit my goal again this month. I'm short of my goal. And it's in your wording too, not like, I'm going to terminate if I don't sell 200. Please help me. Right? You want to want them to want to help you. Okay. All right, you guys. So anything else? I know we're over by a little bit, but I'm taking like 5 minutes off of that for whatever my technology issue was. I just need a new computer. Anybody have any other questions on transition or anything else that they want us to touch on before I let you guys go? If you do, go ahead and put it in the chat. If you don't, I'm just going to say one more thing. Again, there are 6 of us that are going to SFR this week. So please be prepared for like all kinds of like crazy selfies and fun photos. And we will keep the spoilers to the spoiler group. If you are attending virtually, I know that we have 5 or 6 people that are attending virtually too. If you're attending virtually and you see something that we haven't posted about in the spoiler group, please feel free to share it in the spoiler group. Sometimes we don't have the greatest cell service. Sometimes things get very busy at SFR. And so we might not be able to come and post a picture of something that we learned about right away. So if you see something when you're watching the virtual and you want to share it in that group, please feel free. That group is open for anybody or event. I guess I have it set up as an event. It's open for anybody to post in there. If you see a spoiler while you're watching, go ahead and post it in there. It's not just for those of us who are going to be there in person. So, and it actually helps us out. Last year, Tara wasn't with us in person and she was like on top of stuff. I was like going in there to post stuff and I'm like, oh, she did it already. Awesome. So if you're going to be watching virtually, you got big shoes to fill, but we appreciate you. Oh, she got put in Facebook jail. Okay. So maybe don't be quite as awesome as Tara because we don't want you to get put in Facebook jail. But we do want to be able to share those things with you guys because I know that it's not always possible for people to go, but if you can make it work, I promise you, once you start seeing the people that are going this year that have not gone, I swear you guys are going to be like, I'm never missing another one. And then you're going to be able to show your teams that, like, I'm telling you, this is the place to be. So we will do kind of a recap after we get back from SFR. We'll talk about how everything went. We'll know where we're going next year. We'll know what the new incentive is. I'm getting so excited. So anyway, I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. I know that some of you have been through transition before, so I appreciate you being here and helping with questions and giving us good ideas and helping the newer people work through their first transition. It's nothing scary. It's just sometimes it's a lot to kind of piece all of the things together. And so I appreciate you guys that have been through it before helping out. If you have questions or need clarification on anything, go ahead, post in the group. We are here to help. And you guys, we'll see you after SFR. So we'll set, like I said, we'll set up a recap and then we'll do another group wide probably towards the end of August to kind of get everybody prepped for the beginning of the new catalog. All right, you guys. All right, thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.